Hi guys, today let me see that how to enumerate NetBIOS. Okay, so what is NetBIOS, how it runs on the service based. Okay, so how attacker is compromising this NetBIOS using a manual method, how to identify the vulnerabilities on this. We'll see the complete overlook on this and try to enumerate this NetBIOS process. Okay, so here I'm going to start with my VMware. Here is my metasploitable machine 2. Okay, so what is the first procedure we'll be following it? Guys, what is the first procedure for the scanning a networks? The first thing is that we want to gather the information on the particular target, right? So okay, so hi guys, so let me start with NetBIOS enumeration. So let's see that what is NetBIOS and how the NetBIOS enumeration is happen over into services based. Okay, so what are the things we can able to capture from this network? Okay, how attacker is processing this NetBIOS enumeration. So let me see from this. Okay, so here I'm going to use my Kali Linux for my penetration testing machine, my metasploitable 2 machine as in for my attacker machine. Okay, so let's we check with the vulnerabilities. So what are the vulnerabilities are existing? Okay, we'll do network scanning process to identify the network ports and services, and then we'll try to compromise this machine. Okay, so this metasploitable 2 machine, it's exactly work like in a server. Okay, so let me get to know how this attack is going to happen. Okay, so first thing we want to scan for the network, right? So to get a target machine IP address, so it's gonna be like an insider attack, right? So for doing an insider attack, we need to check with scan the networks first of all to know that how many devices are connected to my networks. Okay, so to do that process, it's simple. Just type sudo net discover. Okay, it's gonna help me to discover all my networks. Okay, so let me get the target machine IP address. Sorry for this. So it will be sending a ARP packages, right? Address resolution packages, which will be addressing that how many devices connected to this network. Okay. So what other devices are running on my machine is will gonna reply with IP address, MAC address, and host names. Okay. So let me wait for a minute to get a target machine IP address. Okay. So it's done. So when I network scanning is has been happened here, it has been identified that so VMware and internal is my laptop, right? So this is my router network, unknown number is. Okay, so this is my Metaserver 2 machine IP address. What I will do, so first thing, I want to do the network scanning process to identify that what are open ports and services are running on this machine. Okay, so let me open sudo, okay, nmap and scan this network. Okay, so now the network has been scanned here. So what information I got over here is FTP services, SSH, telnet, right? So we have some more different domains over here. So here we're gonna specifically target on NetBIOS. Okay, we understand that what is NetBIOS. So NetBIOS is a basic input and output system, right? So whatever that data information is traveling between or from one systems to another system in the server side. Okay, NetBIOS is gonna be the middleman to transmit information and receive informations. Okay, so let me check with this and how to compromise. We'll go for the another scanning for to identify the vulnerabilities. Okay, so for this what you want to do, it's simple. Again sudo, okay, nmap and type -a. We want to use some sort of flags to get exact and clear information on the services. Okay, -4 and copy and paste this IP address and give enter. It might be taking some time to fetch out the information because we're doing a larger scanning. Okay, so let me check with the services. Okay, so here scanning has been done. So now specifically we targeting on a NetBIOS. So let me go here. Okay. So this is a port number of 139. Okay. So this is a 445. So what is this? Why do we have a both NetBIOSes over here? Is because in system and services basis, okay, the IP address, I mean, so the port number is gonna be like 139. So now in the modern Windows machines and the Linux machines, okay, the port number has been changed into 445. Okay. So that's why the but main services is run on 139. In that sub services like 445 will be runs upon this. Okay. Sorry. So let me check this. So how the services are running. Okay. So here we got some of the information of Samba. So we doesn't even know what is Samba, right? So what I will do, let me open here and open the browser. So what is a Samba is exactly thing. Let's start a new session. So Samba is a manager for the NetBIOS. Okay. So what are the services running on the NetBIOS? It's gonna be filtered this information. Okay. So let me give the exact information of Samba 3020. Okay. And enter. We want to type exploit. Why? Because it's gonna fetch out with the exploit DB database. So this is what I exploit DB database. Okay. So let me check with this version number. Okay, so exactly we are matching with this 3.20, right? So user man script executions. So what is this user man execution is? See, NetBIOS having a functionality of three things, right? Name services, session services, and user datagram services. In that we gonna have a access of name server services. Okay, so in this one vulnerability is exiting of man script. Okay, mapping script, user man map script. Okay, so how it works, it will be sending a map requesting to the each and every other user accounts. So if user account is replying with the services, okay, then we gonna have the background of access. Okay, so that's how we gonna see that how we gonna gain the access on using this Samba user man script. Okay, so let me jump here. So next step is we want to launch MSF console. So even though we can do some more things over here, okay, to explore it on the MSF console where we can able to check with the real attacks. So sorry, once again, MSF console. So metasploitable frameworks will be starting. So here we're gonna have a exploitations and post exploitation auxiliaries. Okay, so each and everything works on a different functionalities for the purposes to gain the access on a system based. Okay, so let me check that how we gonna do this. It's simple. So we already have a target IP address, right? So here you want to type for the exactly version search. Okay, and go for the version which is the version number Samba 20. Okay, copy this exactly version number and paste it over here and enter. See, we having exactly version script of user man script. Okay, so why we using a metasploit? So metasploit is a easy to access it. Okay, all the preloaded of malware is already exiting. You just gonna launch it and the attack's gonna happen by searching the particular payload on it. Okay, so what we will do, type use and 0. So payload gonna sit here. Okay, and then type show options. So let's start that what are the things that are required. So here the requirement is hard host, which is a target machine IP address. We already know our target machine IP address, right? So let me collect the information on the target mission. Yes. So this is my target mission IP address. Let me copy this. Okay. So here you want to set your target mission IP address. Set har host. Okay. And give enter. Your target mission IP address has been set. To verify this, again you want to show options. Okay. Enter. See now the IP address has been set here, right? So then it's simple. Just type exploit. Enter. So it's gonna send a module over there to the userman script. As I mentioned that it's having a userman executable. See now the shell has been commented. Okay, one session has been opened from my IP addresses to the respective IP address over here. So to verify this, so let me type ls to list the directories. I can able to list the directories. So let me type id. So it's a root id, right? So it's a completely a root id. So let me close this tab again. See now it's a root. I'm having a user permissions. Then let me type pwp to check what is my current directory. I was into read directories, right? So let me type to change the directory. Let me get into some other directory of sense. Okay, sorry for my keyboard. Okay, so cd enter ls. So I can able to change my directories over here. So then it's completely compromised. Okay, so let me try to go to the home directory. Okay, here and type ifconfig to check my IP address. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's listing my IP addresses. See, 192.168.1.7. So then I can able to completely compromise this mission by exploiting a NetBIOS. So this was a complete exploiting of NetBIOS using a manual method. Okay, so I hope you have been understand this how to compromise this NetBIOS systems. So what are this userman script? How to compromise this system? Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you.